Hey, every band needs somebody like Mario from Flying Half Full, who just called us in. He wished us a Happy New Year's and then offered to sell us tickets to numerous events.
That was nice of him.
I love the hustle on that kid. We'll have Mario in studio again 2023. That's a guarantee. But first, it's 6:17. Now time for your morning moron. Let's do it. Now, this morning moron is Florida Man with his Florida Man friend.
Oh.
So, yeah, we're jumping the gun on the Florida Man stories today because this one's a doozy, all right? There was two men in their 30s who were arrested in Florida last Thursday after they allegedly committed multiple burglaries, right?
Okay.
So they're going around town just stealing a bunch of stuff, as Florida men do. Now, they were caught because their truck didn't have a license plate. Now, I'm like, oh. That's not good. If you're gonna try to ride around and commit multiple burglaries in a vehicle, you gotta make sure that vehicle is at least legit, so that way you can blend in.
Any crime, really, you want to make sure all your tags are up to date too.
Right, and you can kind of get away with having a license plate on there with expired tags if they don't see that it's expired.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you look like you're legit, at the glance of an eye, you should be fine. But here's why they're in morning moron. Not only did they not have a license plate, it just had a cardboard sign where the license plate should be that said stolen tag. Yes, stolen tag. The police say the pickup was spotted by witnesses outside several houses where the burglaries occurred. Specifically, people noticed the sign. In fact, actually, they wouldn't have really figured out which vehicle, like the vehicle didn't look suspicious at all.
Yeah.
Until they noticed it was a vehicle that had stolen tag on it. And then when people walk by, they're like, huh, well, that's odd. This is something for me to notice and remember.
Yeah.
The police were alerted and they were able to track down the truck and pull it over. It was pretty easy, actually. And I have sped up a surveillance video that I'm going to share in the podcast broadcast. We'll replay this clip later on. And when all something like this, you'll be able to see here in these cops pull over the truck with the stolen tag. So they had to pull over there. And as you see him go up, there's the cardboard sign and it says stolen tag. And they actually made the cardboard sign pretty big.
Yeah.
So made sure everybody could see it. The men are now facing multiple charges of grand theft and burglary, and it isn't their first time, surprisingly. The men have previous convictions for theft on their records, and I'm just upset they didn't include that information on their cardboard plate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stolen tag and multiple felon. Thank you.
Yeah.
For all those reasons, these two dudes are definitely morning morons.
Like, sure.
You asked for reassurance, you fucking insecure fuck.
No, I did. I just have been like,
Cat Rumbley's on the record on the podcast broadcast is saying that she has missed me.
Wow.
You guys all heard that. It's in the comments. I will clip it. I'll share it as a story.
You're clipping it.
I will pin it to the top of my page. This is evidence. Cat Rumbley has missed me.
But
Yes, that's right.
You didn't hear the rest.
What about Powers? I know. I stopped listening.
Of course I missed
immediately
Powers.
after. Yeah, but you're an afterthought. So I was like, and I'm sorry, buddy. You're my first thought. But you know,
We were
what do you guys
literally
know?
talking about you because you were like, okay, let the record show. Beep's like, you miss me. Okay, that's how this went down, by the way.
Hey, that's exactly how I sounded in her head when I text her that.
That's how you sound, period.
That's not how I sound, period.
Oh, that's right. You're
definitely-
like, did you miss me?
Yeah, I said it in a very breathy tone. Did you miss me?
Oh, God.
I know, it's creepy.
I know some girls would be into that, though.
Oh, some are.
Oh, I know.
Mhm. Yeah, I know.
I've seen them at the Roadrunners games.
Not necessarily at the Roadrunners games, but they have been around. I don't know if it's a thing in my past. Well, who fucking knows? I'm sure somebody will think I'm sexy again sometime down the road, but it's definitely no one in this room right now. Thanks a lot
That's
for
true.
reminding me. We should be talking to the Reverend Horton Heat today. Yesterday was a misunderstanding on their part. They apologized and said no. James, who is the Reverend Horton Heat, should be popping in today. So we'll see. I sent them the link. And yeah, actually, speak of the devil.
Oh, I thought they were coming in. Whoa.
Oh,
Mute that.
I have you. I'm sorry. I got it.
It's
I got it.
his.
No, it's me. And speak of the devil, and he shall appear. The Reverend Horton Heat. Good morning, Mr. James Heath.
Hey,
Thank you
good
for joining us. Did we just wake you? Look at you.
What?
I know you're on the road, right? So you did a show last night, I'm assuming. Can you hear me? We'll get there.
I can't. It's all garbled. Hold on a second.
Oh, there. That's how you do
Okay,
it.
I heard something there. What now?
Oh, I said, well, I assume that you were on the road. You did a show last night. You're calling us from the hotel room, right? And that's what we got. We got you right now, right? We get there.
No, we didn't do a show last night. We just started driving from Dallas to Albuquerque for our show there tonight. So we're in Amarillo right now, but yeah, leaving for a tour is really hectic for me. It'll never be easy because you have to shore up everything that you might need to do in the next 4 weeks, all in a short period of time. But I'm ready. I'm glad y'all are. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, well, we're excited about it. Now, the reason why we're touching base with Rev here is because he's performing at 191 Toole on Saturday. That's a fantastic venue, a great sound, and it's going to be jam-packed. The energy is going to be really good too. And I was going to ask you, because you've been doing this a long time, and Tucson's probably like the third date on your tour. But are you still excited every time that you book a tour to go out on the road?
Yeah, I enjoy music, or I enjoy playing music now more than I did when I was young.
Right.
But I don't enjoy the traveling as much. That's kind of a pain. But as far as playing the music, there's really no pressure. Like when you're a young band, there's pressure almost every day. And so that kind of transfers over to what you're doing on stage and all that stuff. So I love what I do. Yeah, I get excited about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's good, though, because it does bring up a good point. The pressure is off. You've already solidified yourself, album after album, and you got your fan base and their family at this point. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of familiar faces in the crowd after all these years. So, yeah, you don't have to worry about making a name. But you're also at a point where you get booked on festivals, and you could have easily done the lazy musician thing and just do overpaid festival gigs. You don't necessarily have to do the grind of the road if you didn't want to. Am I wrong?
The sound is pixeling so bad that you sound like you. Sorry.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to close.
Here's my answer. Maybe I should try to get on the maybe I could try to call you back get on the hotel Wi-Fi or something, because it's not happening here.
Yeah, no, I'm totally fine with that. And we're not on the air yet. So you got a minute. So yeah, close out, get on the Wi-Fi, get back in. I'll pop you back in and we'll continue this conversation. Sound good?
Okay, I just heard you fine just then. Yeah, that sounds good. Thanks.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
thanks.
And we'll stand by. No problem. All right, so that's the Rev. He's popping in. We'll figure out those technical difficulties, but I'm stoked to have him on, because you're talking about a legend, a musical legend who does this thing.
I've seen him 3 times.
You seen him 3 times? What was that? What was the 3 times?
Cool.
3. Oh, they're all in New York. So
Okay.
various venues in New York. Good time, and over a decade ago.
Yeah.
But he's the man. Show's great. So
Well,
I'll
that's
talk
what
about some of that.
when you're talking about rockabilly, psychobilly, I don't know, as far as a rock and roll show, if anything is more contagious as far as like energy is concerned, and just like a feel good music all the way through, even if it's songs about like, murdering your wife and dog, or sometimes, sometimes it gets very,
Well, that's what's fun about the Rev, is that some of his songs are like that. They're very tongue in cheek. Some of them, he definitely has really fun jams.
Yes.
Right. One of them is marijuana, but it's it's like the tequila song, except he's got a marijuana version of it.
Yes, Powers is talking about the Reverend Horton Heat, who is joining us here live on the podcast broadcast. We are currently streaming on youtube.com/bevegan. Of course, you hear us here on Rock 102.1. So when we return, more with the Reverend Horton Heat, who's performing this Saturday at 191 Toole, and we'll continue that conversation after Evanescence. Here's Bring Me to Life on Rock 102.1 KFMA. But if you want to join us, do so now. youtube.com/bevegan. Clear. All right. So he's popping back in, and hopefully with that Wi-Fi, it should be good.
I'm looking him up on Spotify.
Oh, he's awesome. You get into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to really listen to all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
had heard of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, until you sent me that video, and I was like, wow. And now he's totally won me over with his little robot voice. I was like, ah.
Right. Well, it's a great thing about it too is we're gonna do lyrical breakdown with him. So because I did this with Chris Motionless from Motionless and White, who's been writing songs for about 20 years. Now let's do it with Reverend Horton Heat, who's been writing songs for 40 years, and see how good the memory is on his own catalog. So let's try it now. How's it sound?
Hey, what's going? Hey, it sounds good now.
Nice. Yeah. All right. So here's the deal. So right now we're streaming on our podcast broadcast. So this is on the streaming part. In about 2.5 minutes, we're going to be on the FM side on 102.1. So I just want to kind of get you caught up of what we're doing here. A little hybrid broadcast. All right. And so we're talking about, and Powers was talking about, he's seen you 3 times before, excited to see you a 4th.
Yeah.
And then you were talking about what do you love about the Rev songs that you were.
Your jams are just so fun because a lot of his songs just are fun. Like again, I was telling Kat's not as aware, but like you do the song Marijuana, it's kind of like Tequila, except with marijuana. That's a great song. But I love Martini Time. I always love it. It's Martini Time.
Yes.
And just you've got such good like jams, and I love it. Eat Steak is one of the best songs ever.
Yeah. Eat Steak.
Oh yeah, beef vegan. You'd like Eat Steak. Yeah.
That's right. You would like Eat Steak.
I was just like, hell yeah. And I made sure, I was like, oh, the Rev's coming to town. We got to talk to you. So this has been a long time coming, and I appreciate it. And yes, I do love Eat Steak. And in a little bit, Rev, I'm going to play a game with you because I was just saying before you jump back on, I have a game called Lyrical Breakdown because I do like to talk to songwriters and see how good their memory is when it's not muscle memory, and you know what I'm talking about. When you're on stage and you go in to start playing a song and a riff, it's almost like your subconscious takes over and you got it going on. Like, everything that you're going to have to say and sing. Are there any songs that you feel like are difficult for you to remember to perform live sometimes because you've written so many over the years?
Well, yeah, I mean, my songs have a lot of lyrics, and then they have a lot of like these guitar things that are I guess unusual. And so if somebody says, hey, play that song, it's like, well, I really can't, because if I had 15 minutes to get up on my earphones and listen to some recording I did 25 years ago, I could, but I don't have time to stop and relearn because some of my guitar parts, frankly, are just kind of crazy. I mean, I listen back to stuff that I did back then, and I think, wow, how did I do that? And so I'll sit down in my little studio, and I'll start hashing out, and I go, oh yeah, that's how I did it. So if I could play any of my songs if I had time to do that. But the reason that my songs are like that is because I really take time and care to make them something that's not just strummy, singy. If my songs are, if I was like a folk songwriter, I could do all 150 songs out of my recorded catalog at any time. But my songs they're just, I don't know. I don't want to say but oh yeah, there's this one song I do called Ain't No Swallow in Texas. And it's got a lot of lyrics. I mean, it describes different cactuses. It describes what's going on with the swallow in Arizona and how we don't have those in Texas. And I mean, and then there's all these guitar licks going through it. I do that on my solo show, but I don't do it as intricate when we do it live. But anyway, stuff like that.
We're talking with the Reverend Horton Heat, who's performing 191 Toole this Saturday. An icon, almost like the king of psychobilly and rockabilly, been around a long time. And we're talking about his memory and remembering lyrics. And if you had a love for the Sororo Cactus for a long time, because I mean, you're a man of the land, you appreciate it.
Well, no, just traveling around and coming out to Arizona, I saw the saguaro cactus for the first time in my life, the first time we drove into Arizona. And, as time went on, I realized, every time an artist draws some like caricatured depiction of Texas, they've always got the saguaro cactus in there.
Oh, yeah.
And I started thinking, That's not right. We don't. Those things. They're not even in New Mexico. Those things are only in the the Sonoran Valley, right? Or the
Preach it.
I
No,
didn't-
he's right. No, this is true.
Well,
Yes.
my friend Kat Rumbly, who's here on the podcast broadcast stream with us, she worked at the Sonoran Desert Museum, so she knows this for fact.
I do.
I did not even know this.
You didn't know that?
No, you're dropping facts on me now.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the sorrel cactus. I never not appreciated it, but I didn't know that New Mexico and Texas didn't have it either.
Oh,
Mhm.
it's exclusive.
It is exclusive.
We are people of the Sonoran Desert, though. We share it with Mexico, and it is a beautiful desert land. So, okay, I want to do this real quick while I have you on the air here. I want to play a game, okay? So
Okay.
this is the game. It's Lyrical Breakdown, okay? Now, you've been recording and releasing recorded music since 1985, okay? And that's a lot of songs in your catalog. And I'm going to read you your own lyrics, and you're going to have to tell me the name of the song those lyrics came from, okay?
Okay, except for one thing, the lyrics are probably not exactly right. If you got them if you got them off the internet, but okay, let's try it.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, I might butcher them in my own memory, but we'll see. We'll try
let's
out
go.
this one. Okay, here's the lyrics to this first song. We had ourselves the sweetest little family. We laughed and sang and had a lot of fun.
Loaded gun.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Loaded gun. That's
He got that.
1 point for the Rev. All right, here we go. Round
Okay.
2. All right. Quietly here I'll sleep. I won't even make a peep. You won't even know I'm here. Hey, you got a beer?
Hey, you got a beer?
Mm-hmm.
I don't- Oh man, what song is that? Go with your friends.
No, that is
No.
incorrect. Buzzer sound
Okay.
effect for the Reverend Horton Heat.
Oh, darn.
It was couch surfing.
Oh yeah,
Couch-
couch surfing. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right, 1 point for me. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Here's our next lyrics. All right,
Okay.
for Lyrical Breakdown. This is, and it's a dark one for love, and it's a cool day for pain, and it's an old day for a young man, so callous and vain, but not insane. Well, maybe just a little hard.
Yeah, that's it's a dark day.
Yeah, from Smoke 'em If You Got 'em. Those are beautiful lyrics, by the way. That's very
Yeah.
poetic.
Well, thanks.
No problem. And I'll give you let's see. Where's my little bell? A ding. Give me a ding and bell sound effect there.
Ding.
He's
Good
winning,
answer.
by the way.
Yeah,
That's
2
right.
to 1.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
that's
beating
all right.
you.
This game is not over in Lyrical Breakdown. I will win by default. Let's see.
He literally wrote them.
No, I know, but I'm also going for
And I
deep
can't-
tracks.
And I can't remember them. I don't. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
This is my theory too, and this backs it up. A lot of it's muscle memory when you're on stage, and that's especially when you amass a catalog of over 3 decades. So,
Well, that and the
Well,
rhythm.
Oh yeah.
yeah. All right, here we go. What about this? Everyone knows where you go when the sun goes down. I think you only live to see the lights of town.
Wow, man. I don't know. Wow, that's pretty good lyrics, huh? Who wrote that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
No, actually, you didn't. That was I was trying to trick you.
Oh.
That was Johnny Cash. Cry, cry, cry. You savage.
I knew he was going to do that.
You see that? So
Ah.
ding for the
I'm
Reverend.
sorry. All right.
Yeah,
I'm
Rev
gonna-
just won.
I'm giving you a point on that. I'm giving you a point, but I do have 2 more songs I want to run by the Reverend Horton Heat, which we're going to continue the
Okay.
conversation on the podcast broadcast. Again, the Reverend Horton Heat's performing with Thunder P. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Thunder P is a different band, a different show. Reverend Horton Heat is performing this Saturday, 191 Toole, 19tool.com for ticket information on that. More with the Rev on podcast broadcast, youtube.com/bfegan.
Well, I will say the
There.
opening band that night is going to be the Surfragettes.
Yeah.
They're an
Surfragettes.
all girl surf guitar group.
Oh,
When
that's
they have the big bouffant hairdos and they wear go-go boots. And
Oh,
so they
nice.
have this cool stage look, but they're really good guitar players. So you get the whole deal with them. But anyway, so go ahead. We better keep
Okay.
playing the game.
Well, what was the name of that group again? Because I want to pull them up here too.
The Surfragettes. It's surf guitar.
Yeah.
But
That's-
and
Gotcha,
it's a
yeah.
cool.
Got
They're really good players. It's an all girl band from Canada, and I guess they do surf in Canada. I had to research that.
Well, are they from Vancouver then? They have to be from Vancouver. Well,
I think
I guess
Halifax, Nova Scotia. I don't know. It
that's
must be pretty
crazy,
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cold,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, in fact, actually, I will show a picture real quick of the Surfer Jets so we can see what
Oh,
the
yeah,
opening
that'd be
group's going
good.
to look like. Yeah, so you got them right there. Very vintage
Oh
look
my
and
God, I'm
style.
obsessed.
Yeah,
They're so cool.
nice. All right, we're able
Yeah.
to pull it up. Okay, 2 more rounds of lyrical
Okay.
breakdown. All right.
All right.
See if you and you're feeling good. The score right now technically is 3-1, but I won't count the Johnny
All
Cash thing, so it's still close. All right,
So stupid.
here are the lyrics. Painted like a candy clown, or maybe with the junky eyes. You're
It
not
hurts
too
your
young to-
daddy bad.
Yeah, it does. Now with that, was there a story behind that song? Did someone you meet inspire you to write the song?
Well, no, most of my songs are just inspired out of straight up anger. I don't know. Being pissed off. I don't know. No, that song gets a little bit more abstract than I like to write songs usually. But it's kind of just about how the role of women is. There's some bad things with women's liberation, like of the promiscuity, and then they get involved in stuff that's bad. And as a father of daughters, I mean, that's probably where that's coming from. So, but I don't know. It's just I'd have to really listen to all the lyrics to really to critique that. I haven't done that song on stage for like 30 years or something. But
Right, yeah.
Wow.
Like I said, I went deep. I'm
Apparently.
trying to
yeah,
stumble.
yeah, you're
And-
going deep. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never had an interview like this where I'm not ready. I'm not prepared.
No. Well, I do appreciate you playing along. We'll do one more, and just to show that you are
Okay.
smoking me in this game. So, I mean, you're starting your day with a massive W, and there's no way that you can lose. But just for the sake of one last feature, here are the lyrics. Everyone ignores little games she'll play, little prayers she'll pray at night. Everyone ignores the trees of greed because they're stuck in a scene. All right. I like saying it's so profound. I like to take all your lyrics and make them
I
sound
know.
so profound.
You're like elevating yourself using his lyrics.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Like I'm wise. And like-
Yeah, he's over here like the
Oh.
the trees of greed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beef's like,
Yeah, I
this is the
think
smart-
that might be the trees of green.
Oh,
Shit.
green.
But I'm not sure.
All right.
Wait, is that true?
Probably.
You automatically lose because you didn't say the lyrics correctly.
Yeah.
But that's a song called "Tiny Voice of Reason."
Yes, from the album Lucky 7. Yes. Look
Yeah.
at
Wow,
this.
you've done your homework. I gotta hand it to you though. That's good.
I try. I respect your time, and I do appreciate you joining us, and even making your way through for 191 Toole. The people of Tucson appreciate it. Obviously we had the drought because of COVID. We weren't getting good shows, and now that things are starting to open up again, and we can go into these venues like 191 Toole comfortably and have a great time. Definitely looking forward to it. How long is your tour run on this one? You're doing a month, a few weeks?
This one is about exactly a month or 4 weekends. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Hey, let me ask you this. It was recently, Godsmack's one of the bands we play on the station, right? And they recently went on the record saying they're like done recording music. They're just going to play what they've written before, right? So they're doing one more and they're done. And I actually agree with them because, once you get to a certain level of success, like the writing music becomes a hobby, performing it becomes the job. Are you still inspired to write and play new music, or are you comfortable just showcasing the catalog that you amassed over the years?
Well, the longer you go doing this, I will say this, is you work really hard on a new album. Like Godsmack works really hard on a new album.
Right.
And even their own fans don't care.
Right.
And so they work really hard working out these 12, 14, 16 great songs, and they can't play any of them live because when they play live, they can play.
They want to hear the hits.
Mhm.
They can play
Right.
one or two of the new ones. If they want to play more, they're welcome to do it. But the fans, yeah, it gets harder and harder, you know. And the other thing that's hard about this industry is that you do a great album, and the industry says, "Nah, Godsmack, man, nah."
Right.
Which is the shame, because you've got one of the greatest bands ever, Godsmack, releasing a new album, and all these little nitwit jerks are saying, yeah, about Godsmack anymore.
Right. Right. Yeah. It's so
So
everyone's all
that's
about the new.
that's there's a lot of things people try to say they know or can tell what's going on within a band, and sometimes it's really hard to really tell what's going on, because it's such a complex mess of all sorts of different business things and all that. So for me, I'm inspired to write still, but I doing a new album is not is something that I really got to be careful with, because we do a new album and our fans immediately hate it.
Right.
And then 2 years later, when we release our next new album, they hate that one too, except now they're asking, wow, that last album was one of the best you ever did.
Right.
Well, why did you say it sucked 2 years ago? So whenever we release a new album, we really should be starting to fit in songs from our previous album onto our set. It's just very confusing.
It is amazing how that works, but yeah, you put it in perspective for sure. Because people are fickle when it comes to that. They want to know the stuff. They only look. Oh, I know this is a theory. Just even programming, playing songs. People only love the songs they know. They like the songs they listen to. They can like a song that they hear, but they only love it if they know it. And it's kind of the reason why corporate radio is the monster that it is. It will only play songs that are seriously beat down into your subconscious, because it tests well, because people will say they love it because they know it, as opposed to just having fresh ears and be like, I like that riff and that melody and the lyrics instead of that. So
it's based on feelings. It's funny because it seems like the music industry, to a degree, is like the one industry where it's like, what have you done for me lately is not what people want.
Yeah.
Right. Which is funny.
Right.
I have a funny thing to say on some of this note. So at one of the shows, because the Rev's talking about his temper, right? And you wouldn't think this man's angry at all. He's so chill. He gets it all out.
Yeah.
On stage once, all right, at a show I was at, all right, that's your song, your Eat Steak song was used, I believe, in an Arby's commercial or something. It was some fast food commercial. So it was very popular.
Boston Market, yeah.
Boston Market.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So it was very popular, right?
Okay.
And some people in the crowd are just going, meat, meat, meat. Right? They're yelling like meat because that's part of the lyrics.
Yeah.
And he stops. You stop. You're like, the song's title is Eat a Steak. And if you keep screaming meat, I'm not gonna, or is Eat Steak.
Yeah.
If you keep screaming meat, I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that people always do that. Like, eat meat. I'm going, damn it.
I remember that so vividly. This is hilarious.
That's how strong the Arby's brand is, though, right? We got the
Boston Market.
Oh, well, whatever.
God, are you even listening?
Yes, I am. God damn it, Kat. You're so mean to me.
I'm not. I just haven't seen you in like a month, so I had to,
Yeah, that's true.
I love you.
Well, I love it that you're taking the time to hang out with us, even when you're hearing us bicker here, Rev. Yeah, so
it's all fun.
Yeah, and you're still stationed, or you're located out of Dallas, and there's a couple things. So I was catching up, of course. I appreciate I came across a video clip talking about your style and evolution of guitar playing, right? Because you're a phenomenal guitar player, and I've always enjoyed just rockabilly, psychobilly guitarists in general, because it's very high pace and energetic, and that's kind of the joy of it. But with finger picking and also using a pick, you developed a hybrid style of having a pick and finger picking at the same time, to be able to kind of like combine the sounds that you grew up with and are influenced by. And I found that fascinating, just watching that. What song do you have in your set list do you find most demanding as a guitar player, that you're most proud of? And maybe listeners and fans aren't going to necessarily appreciate the level of technical ability to play some of these songs, right? But you as a musician know which ones that you kind of pat yourself on the back for. And like, I really appreciate me coming up with this riff. So what song you most look forward to playing in your set list from a technical aspect?
Well, there's quite a few. Our opening song is a song called Big Sky, and it's got some pretty. For me, it's pretty well written, I think, and it's got a lot of different things I have to do and a couple of little tricks. And so that's the very first song, and it's kind of a hard one. So I figure if I can get through that, then I'm good to go for the rest of the night.
Is that how you started off?
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
okay,
eat
we
the
got
frog
through that
first.
one. Yeah, no, but no, there's some of our instrumentals. Just about all of the instrumentals have something challenging about them
Right.
that I kind of have to work on quite a bit. But yeah, just about all of them. Psychobilly Freakout, that's not real easy.
Right.
And so I'm trying to think right now. We do one called the Jimbo Song that's kind of more of a punk rock thing, but it's got some really fast type kind of metal type low on metal kind of on the low end. And it's kind of a little harder to play really fast on the low end than on the high end. So that one I have to be a little, pay attention, stop looking at the hot girl in the front row and
Yeah.
and say, shit, I better focus on this. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
No, you're
No,
fine.
that's
'Cause
so cute.
we're on the stream right now. We're going to be back on the FM side here in about 42 seconds. So that's how we do it. Yeah. So we're able to slip it in and then, yeah. So, but that's hilarious. That's funny. Yeah. You ever get so distracted by somebody in the crowd where you'll just completely blank out and be like, oh, what was I doing right now? I got you grab my attention so much.
That can happen to all of us. Our drummer, Jonathan, he's only been in the band for about 2.5 years, and he's still adjusting because we have these crowds that get kind of wild, and up front there's all sorts of crazy stuff going on that he says, man, I can't even watch them because I'll totally screw up. I'm like going, yeah, sometimes you just I try to notice and try to look and communicate with the crowd while I'm playing, and I've developed my style that's pretty good at that. So I like to, but then sometimes well, with me, what really is weird is usually interacting with the people. I smile and they smile back, or they say rock and roll or something, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. But when everyone's smiling and having fun, but then there's one person in the very front row that the whole time they're going,
just giving you like a long face, and they're not into it.
And rolling their eyes and stuff, like, why are you here?
Why are you here?
That but see, I shouldn't tell you this because then people will do it. So we're talking
like about Reverend Horton Heat.
That's an industry secret. You're supposed to just ignore those people. So, but I do in general.
But it's hard not to, and you're surrounded by a sea of positivity that are there and we're talking about the rowdy crowds that show up for Reverend Horton Heat shows. He has a show this Saturday at 191 Toole, and so the rockabilly, psychobilly crowd's going to come out, and it's always a party. But how 99% of the people around you are beaming, ear-to-ear smiles and dancing around, but that one stick in the mud is the one that you keep seeing no matter where your eyes go, and you're like, damn it, that's so amazing that they're right.
Well, I've learned to not pay them too much attention and kind of get through that. But I will say that if you're there just trying to distract me, and some people do that, instead of the person that's just giving the side face, some people do will throw stuff or get up in my face and do stuff with their hand. And if you do that, you usually get moved to the back. You don't last long. I don't let those types of people stay up in front if you're just trying to make a show yourself. So
I do love that too, because the Rev calls the shots at his show. So just know that. Let me ask my most immature question of the day. But yes, okay. I imagine that you've been flashed, right? The cliche rock and roll. The girl is flashed her boobs at you at some point during your career. And we're talking about long faces. Have you ever seen a girl flash her boobs at a rock show towards you who wasn't smiling?
Oh man, this is going to be a good
Oh, now your phone's breaking up on me. Your internet's breaking up on me. I'm like, hold on, Rev. I need you to repeat it. I didn't hear any of that.
I didn't hear any of that.
Your internet. So the question was, have you ever been flashed with a girl who wasn't smiling?
By a girl that wasn't smiling? Oh,
yeah, while she was flashing you at a rock show.
Well, yeah. I mean, some of them are doing the pouty, sexy face look, and it's not really a smile. It's just more like,
the duck lips, yeah.
Duck lips. He goes,
Depending on where he's touring to, once they start smiling, that's what you don't want to see.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure.
I just imagine like some chick just staring him down, like soul bearing, and just like, hey. Like, that's so creepy.
Yeah, crazy.
But also maybe they're into it.
well, I usually let people have fun. I'm there to have fun. I don't know. Some people just don't know how to act, and some people do. So, it's all good. I don't, so, but yeah, when they start flashing their boobs, a lot of time that is to distract you and to make a show of their own.
Yeah,
which,
sure.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's okay. I ignore it, but at the same time, it's like, so I don't know, man. I just hope people have fun, and I'm there to facilitate that. So whatever they want to do.
He's a holy man, Beef. He's a holy man. It's
Yes.
the Reverend.
Yes. Well, sometimes you got to bless them breasts. But yes, it's going to be a good time this Saturday. The Rev is bringing the fun this Saturday. 191 Toole, the Surfer Jets, opening it up. Fantastic group. You need to look them up as well. It's going to be a fun time for beginning to end. Reverend Horton Heat, thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with us. I really appreciate it.
Hey, yeah, sure enough, this has been a lot of fun, and thank you for having me on here and promoting the show. And you guys are great. Thank you so much. Guys and gal are great.
Thanks so much. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. Again, ticket information there, 191tool.com, the Reverend Horton Heat, this Saturday, January 14th. We're going to hit the reset on the FM side. Keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. We have more Beef Vegan Presents on the way. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Right on. All right. Well, there was our little interview with you.
Testify.
Thank you again.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Hey, thanks. That was fun. Very well
yeah.
done there, Beef.
Yeah, thank you. See, you didn't imagine a guy with a silly name like Beef Vegan would actually, know what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, cool. You got a cool show. Y'all are really entertaining. I appreciate you having me.
Oh, well, again, I just appreciate you coming to Tucson. So, yeah, the door's open at any time. And, I wish you best, luck on your travels and get here safe and have a great time this Saturday night.
Okay, I will. Thanks again. Appreciate y'all.
No worries. We'll talk to you soon. Hopefully again soon. Oh,
cool.
You still there? No problem. All right, I'll talk to you soon. That's the Reverend Horton Heat, everybody.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
he's so cool.
He is so cool.
He has like very good energy, good vibes, like
he's the man.
and that's not even seeing him live in his true element. He's just really cool.
You said 3 times. I think I've seen him at least about that time.
Yeah.
A couple festivals and stuff, and then seeing that there's a lot of massive. What's great about Reverend Horton Heat is he kind of cross genres. Rockabilly has that,
he's got
psychobilly,
and a little bit of punk rock for sure, like he says.
Yeah, so there'll be music festivals that you'll see kind of lean on the indie side, and he'll get booked on, and then you'll see festivals that are on the harder rock side, and they'll still get booked on. So that's great. For
Maybe
him.
that's where I've heard of him is from more indie festivals.
Definitely.
Maybe I didn't go see him.
Yeah, this would be like a Coachella.
No, I've never been to Coachella. But I love you.
You didn't hear the new lineup of Coachella? You weren't excited about that?
I don't know. I've been kind of out of it.
You've been out of it? Well, it's here if you want it.
That's why you don't want to have a threesome.
Oh my god! They just released a list of who's playing at Coachella.
What? No way, dude. Send that to me.
Oh, you know what? I gotta go. I got some radio content brewing. Did you guys say Coachella? Who's playing? It makes me pumped.
You haven't heard of any of these guys.
What are you talking about? I'm a morning show host on a 90s rock station. I probably know all these bands. Who's on the lineup?
You want to know?
Yeah?
No, that's one of the bands. Just Crust,
Nah.
DJ Xanax,
No.
and Chimney and the Deaf Choir Boys.
Stinky Febreze.
Yes, it's funky.
720p.
Kid COVID.
Oh, I hear his songs are really catchy.
Father Thermostat.
Nah.
Fuckboy Car Wash.
Oh, I love K-pop.
Wario Lopez, Vampire Olive Garden,
Nah.
DJ Realtor,
Ed's Horny Starfish.
No.
Snape Thrills Dumbledore,
Megan, why?
Michael Caine, he's just gonna be there,
Nicholas Rage.
I'm out.
Cholula Tapatia,
Jim Cumrag and the Shaky Bones.
Yeah, I play them on the radio. I'm not allowed to, but I would.
King Mattress,
Nah.
Lil Fauci, Rio Pancake,
The rent is rising, but the minimum wage has remained the same, and Joe's wife is a whore.
Sounds like dubstep.
Trash Can Kelly,
No.
Boba Fett's Malfunction Jetpack, I love him.
Kaka de Pipi.
Okay.
Bipolar Mufasa. Yo Fap No Fap.
Sugar Boob, MC Depression, Lil Union, Carol Baskin Robbins with Stevie Wonder Breads opening for her.
I could do cocaine to
The
that.
Dick Pic NFTs. Freddie Frisco and the Jewel Pods. Bobby Queef.
Whack.
Three Stooges Smegma,
Trey Bark.
Butthole Boogie Board, OK Zoomer, The Back Pockets,
Brenda Dry Clam.
No.
Spicy Gender Fluids, Kyle Gooch,
Bumfucks.
Trisexual Ceratops,
Sir, please wear a mask.
Donny Osmond, of course, Dead Sharon,
Oh, yeah, she kills.
Pine Soul.
Karen and the Managers,
They sound terrible.
Tattoos over personality.
Lil Sushi, it's pronounced Fa,
Nah.
Disappointing Aside.
And Chumbawamba.
You guys even want to go to this shit?
Yeah?
Who's headlining though?
Betty White's hologram!
Betty White already? I'm in, alright? I'll make some calls. Yeah!
Ending, right?
What?
Are we one with the redesign? Are we gonna do
Yeah,
the
yeah,
standing?
no, yeah. Our new studio will probably be standing. All radio studios are standing. They kind of teach you in broadcasting school that you should stand while you're talking to sound more awake and alert.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, though. I've done my morning show was set up kind of like a late night talk show in Phoenix, where it's in my living room in a desk. So I've sat down, and obviously I've been forced to sit down doing this show.
Yeah.
I am comfortable sitting down and doing the show.
Sure.
I have done radio, and when I was doing the Frank show, I would stand the entire time. It's a different kind of role, right?
That's true. You were in the back standing.
Yeah, and I do it because I know that you're kind of supposed to do it, and it opens it up. But sometimes when you sit and you're more relaxed, then my voice, for me personally, the voice is a little deeper, and that's fine when I'm not as high pitched or scratchy, nasally. A little deeper kind of just sounds a little better on the radio. It helps build our female listeners. You know what I'm saying? A sploosh.
Oh my God.
No? Okay.
What's that vocal thing you said before?
Vocal fry.
Vocal fry.
What
The
is it?
Kardashian
I
fry.
don't want to point it out because I do it, but
Oh,
not. I don't do it. I don't do it a lot.
Heads up, though, I want you to get your list together because we're going to be doing that.
Okay.
A list of what?
Events that are happening around town this weekend. It's a segment that Powers does. So as we're promoting things this hour, don't want to miss that. I know that we are, in fact, actually, you don't even have to mention the Rev because we've already done
Deal. Yeah. We just
a bunch of
covered
stuff.
that.
And I don't want sales to come after me, being like, you could have got $1 out of that. Like, so. Yeah, I was talking to Shane. Oh, by the way, we have a big plans. February 25th, we're going to be part of Tucson Foodies pub crawl that they're doing. And not only are we going to be a part of it, we are going to host our very own live podcast. So it's a live podcast recording, doing a beer tasting, doing live fun festivities at Borderlands Brewing. I'm putting things together. It's February 25th. Ticket information is available at TucsonFoodie.com. And yeah, we're going to make it a big deal. So I'm asking all of us OG streamers to join us as we make some friends and drink some beer in the afternoon, a Saturday, February 25th.
And then who's at the Rialto?
Later on, we're going to do Local Love, the 10-year anniversary. So shout out to Brent,
Right.
who's the Local Love promoter. It's headlined by Stands with Fists, Held Out's on there, and a bunch of other great bands, Rialto Theater, going all night long, and hosted by yours truly. So we'll be up there making stage announcements, getting people hyped, and, just celebrating local love. So Saturday, February 25th, a big day for us. And it's just the beginning as we're, kickstarting this year, trying to just take over, have fun with people, and, just make shit cool here.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, y'all.
I like it.
Right. Mike will be there for sure. Hell yeah. and drink some beer. And I'll tell you what, I mean, I'll be looking for the non-hoppy, but it's going to be a variety show. I'm going to be very proud to try to produce this show. I'm already kind of seeing in my head of how I want it to go and some of the things we'll do. And I haven't even begun hashing things out with Rico and Powers and brainstorming, because I know there's a lot of cool things that we can do and interact with our audience while entertaining an audience who doesn't know us. Mm-hmm. There's always a challenge, right?
You got a lot of stuff in your pocket. I think you got a lot of entertaining stuff, the games and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's funny too.
Games are always fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people enjoyed that.
I've even stolen and at several events. Sometimes I'll do a last word.
The last word is so fun though.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
Because the crowd gets into it. Oh, speaking of.
That's right. So why don't we? Now, the Beef Vegan Presents League has not officially kicked off yet, but we are going to be renewing our league. That means we're all competing against each other throughout the entire year.
What?
Right? Well, this first quarter.
Yeah.
For the last word?
Well,
Am
different games. Yes. It's the game gauntlet.
Oh, I want to win.
Yes. And so before this one will be off this is a preseason game, but we will do one round of the last word just to see how sharp you guys are. Okay?
Oh, man.
So here we go.
I was about to say, she just goes, I want to win. She pulled out a knife.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I made a shank.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of which, here's your category. 30 seconds on the clock will begin when I finish asking it. Okay. Name a weapon that a woman might carry in her purse to use against a potential mugger, and go.
Mace.
Yep.
One of those punchy things that like the little points stick out. You'll put it on your keychain. Yes. Trust me.
Okay. I was going to say your keys.
Yes. Keys.
Okay, or keys. There's a device. Flashlight.
Okay.
A knife.
Yeah.
Oh, a blackjack. No?
Those things are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
A really sharp pen.
Okay.
Oh, a sharper pencil.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, I shouldn't have allowed it,
You
but
should.
okay, fine.
It does not count.
No,
Because if I stabbed you with a sharper pencil, you'd be fine.
yes.
What do you mean?
I don't know. We should test it out.
Then a sharp pen?
Rock on 2.1 KFMA. This is an interesting debate. Which would be better to stab someone with, a sharp pen or even sharper pencil? And Kat just said that she wants to test it out on Powers.
No. I said I want to test it out on you.
Wait, why? I didn't do anything. He's the one that's trying to argue with you right now, Cat Rumbly.
You stab him in the left arm, and I'll stab him in the right arm.
And then we'll see which one.
Yeah, you tell us which arm
deeper.
hurts worse.
I mean, that is scientific. That we would actually have a definitive answer.
I could never actually stab you with.
That's why I'm not a tattoo artist, because I
knew
that.
you cared. You put up a tough front, Cat Rumbly, but I know you care. All right, the weekend is upon us. We have a 3-day weekend, in fact, and so there's a lot of things that we have to look forward to. If you wanted to go out and entertain yourself, here with the rundown is Powers. Powers, tell me what's going on this weekend.
We got a bunch of fun stuff, and you can hang out with me at a thing too. I'm gonna go hang out in Sarita. So if you want to take a little trip to Sarita, it's Art by the Lake. It's a kickoff event. Their very first one of these. It's gorgeous. The area is there. Lots of markets.
What day?
Artists. That's Saturday.
Saturday, Art by the Lake in Sarita.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's going to be a fun one. And also, since it is second Saturday, everything's downtown. So if you're keeping things in Tucson,
I know you're moving too fast on me, so let me pull you back, because the Art on the Lake is at a free all ages event.
Yes.
And then you go there. There's going to be a bunch of vendors. There'll be food. There'll be art and entertainment. Do you know what kind of entertainment?
There's probably some live music for sure. This is done by Saka. Okay. So they're a great local organization that does a lot of art. They're in charge of the folk festival, and they definitely always pack these events with some live music, entertainers. There's probably balloon artists, jugglers, me as well, doing some kids stuff, and lots of fun stuff to check out.
Okay, cool. All right.
And it's by a lake.
Yes. Gorgeous.
Are you sure about that? Did you double check your sources?
Yeah, she looked at me.
Okay. Yes, it is by a lake. Okay, so second Saturday
it's called by a lake.
Yeah, Art by the Lake.
Cool. All right, so second Saturday is upon us. So what's happening for second Saturday downtown?
So lots of stuff downtown. Obviously, there's usually some free concerts. Saturday, the weather is with us, but some things are going to get canceled on Sunday, like Dillinger Days.
Yes.
But Dillinger Days Speakeasy will be open on Saturday night, so you can still get a little fun throwback to back in the day in the 20s and have a good fun time. Yeah, see, hang out at Hotel Congress and enjoy Dillinger Days at the Speakeasy.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love speakeasies all in general. And there's another basement bar that just recently opened up. So of course you have the Tough Luck Club that Rico works at. That's basement bar. There's another one, and they have the speakeasy vibes. But I actually like speakeasies where they have to give you a password.
Yeah.
That
Have you been to the one here?
No, I'm not cool enough.
He
I have
doesn't have
not
the
been let in.
password.
Yeah, I don't know the password. What is it?
I'm not telling
I
you.
know Rumbly. All right.
No, I'm not like a frequent flyer there. I've been there once. It's
Oh.
so cool. But anyway,
I do like the vibe. Okay, so keep going, Powers.
All right. And then again, it's Tucson Jazz Fest. And that's not just the weekend, it's all week long. So check out various events at a lot of places around town. Hotel Congress, Centennial Hall, Rialto, and the Century Room. They've all got something going on for Tucson Jazz Festival, which starts essentially this weekend.
Awesome. Yes, that's great for
So
live music
fun.
fans. Yeah, you get to see the virtuoso, the musicianship of guitarists and stuff. Jazz musicians are fantastic. I just love the improv. All right, do you have a website for that?
Yeah, TucsonJazzFestival.org.
Awesome. All right. Well, there's the rundown of what's happening this weekend. We're going to hit the reset on the FM side, keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast, and be back with your beef tip after these words. Clear.
And I hear there's a Scrooge extra special for Martin Luther King Day.
Son of a bitch. All right, fine. Just for you because you did good on that fucking segment.
Look how mad he is.
This guy. Do you know about his Scrooge obsession there, Kat?
I feel like maybe. I feel like when we first became friends was around that time because you had the show.
Yes.
I didn't go, but
Well,
Did you send me a link?
yeah, it's in there. It's in the
what?
same
In the Google
news
Docs?
thing. Yeah, same news thing. It's the last link. It says Scrooge.
are you Scrooge?
Yes.
You know, my dad is an obsession. Like we literally watch like 7 different versions of the Christmas Carol every year, and it's like,
Well,
no,
he hasn't seen the best version.
oh God, do you have it on video?
Yes.
I have it somewhere.
Is it like raunchy?
No, and it's like 2 hours
you
on
need
YouTube.
to send it
It's-
to me.
B
Seriously.
movie. It's so brutal.
It's
It's
the
amazing.
movie?
James Cameron iPhone shot edition of Scrooge because he doesn't, he has never met an edit that he's like.
Wait, you mean the B movie, like the Jerry Seinfeld movie?
No,
Yeah,
that's a
funny.
play
Oh,
on
I
words.
love that movie.
Oh, let's not go down a rabbit hole here.
Oh, sorry, I'm just saying.
Listen,
That's funny.
Scrooge makes various specials because it's not just about Christmas anymore. Scrooge is taking over every holiday. So all last year, I made an extra special for every holiday,
Every holiday.
almost every holiday. And Martin Luther King Jr. is how we started things off. So this extra special is 1 whole minute.
I apologize in advance. I do appreciate it. So here is Scrooge. Hold on. I set it up so there's not a second wasted.
Good.
Beef, we also have a question from someone about when Herb will be back.
Oh, in fact, actually, I was supposed to send Herb an invite to jump on the show today. So that was my bad. So here's the answer, Kristen, before I play the Scrooge clip. Herb is on his way to LA's for the Critics' Choice Awards today. I was going to get him to pop on. We ran a little wrong along with the Reverend. But yeah, for Herb's going to be back. Not next week because he's going to be out of town again doing some more critic shit. But we might touch base with him via satellite like we did with the Rev. And then he'll be back in studio, I think, 2 weeks from now.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Well, he's saying busy. This is a busy time of year because it's award season. So he's
That
getting
is,
a lot of
yeah.
invites. But Herb's still part of the family. Love him dearly. All right. Even though don't tell him that because to his face, I tell him I hate his guts.
No, you don't. You
Yes,
would
I do.
You would never.
Oh, I do. And I enjoy it. All right. Here is, speaking of something I don't enjoy, here is Scrooge.
Sorry I'm late, Cratchit. Sorry I'm late. I had to get all dressed up and ready. Yes, I want to look my best. We're going to celebrate the Martin Luther King.
No! You are not wearing that, sir. No!
What?
I'm not going to the parade with you, sir.
Cratchit! Cratchit, get back here! You're going to show me how to put on this do-rag! Cratchit! Ah! Air packets!
That was it. That was it. Good job. Yes. It's groundbreaking.
That's right.
I don't know what to say.
That jacket, one of the best things that I own.
Okay.
Do you wear it?
So
He wears it all the time.
so
Does he really?
He does.
that's my sweet Africa jacket that I got from Stephen Barry's for
Okay.
$7.
Okay.
And I wore it because I didn't bring a jacket to New York, right? I
Right.
forgot. So I picked it up there. I
Okay.
come back, I'm working at Grill, and this waitress that I'm working with, not the brightest bulb,
Mm.
and I'm like, yo, and I'm showing everybody my jacket, and they're all shaking their heads like, what's wrong with you? Obviously. All right?
Obviously.
Obviously. I'm aware of what's going on.
Yes.
All right. And then she just goes, oh, Italy.
No.
Yep. So that's my Italy jacket.
Oh.
So, because it reminded her of
No,
Italy?
because she thought that was Italy.
Oh, no.
Oh no is right.
Yeah.
And then a few people see it, and I make fun of her for it. She comes in a week later being like, let me see that jacket. And I go, okay. And I go get it and hold up. She's like, yeah. I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah. She's like, Italy. I'm like, no. Yeah. There's your Tucson schools for you.
Yeah. So, how long did you date her?
I know. That was good. I thought it was going there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I found out she was so dumb, and then I was like, I could trick her.
Has that been your strategy?
No, but you know what? I built confidence in approaching attractive women, far more attractive than myself, knowing that you never know how, like,
Don't say what you're about to say.
okay, but the basically average guys are with beautiful women all the time, especially in Arizona. You
Well,
see
if
it.
they have a great personality and are kind, and also attractiveness is subjective. No, it's true. What do you mean, eh?
Depends on where you live.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
it's subjective.
Because so that
No,
whole
it
thing
is
in
subjective.
Cosmo, that whole thing, like, oh, that sense of humor is the most important thing. Not in New York.
And it's easy for you to say because you've been objectively hot since post high school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, take that,
no, college was still rough.
Yeah,
please.
I don't know. I'll find a picture.
Yeah, I'm sure.
yeah. Send it to me.
I'm gonna find one.
Okay, good.
sure
Yeah, we'll
it's
share it
not
on the screen.
great.
I'm sure it's fantastic. She'll probably even send me one in like a tight tank top or something from the college days and booty shorts and be like, look how fat I look here. Like,
Yeah.
"Psh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, first off, whatever. But what were we talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
What are we talking about? When I was on the news, you should click that link too.
Paul Reiser. Okay, good. We'll get Paul Reiser interviewed.
Really?
Well, he's coming to town
From
and
Paul Reiser from Mad About You?
yeah, he's also a stand-up comedian on Paul Reiser from Stranger Things, if you're not old. So yes, he is coming to the Rialto Theater doing stand-up comedy, and so the publicist reached out to me for that one. So hopefully we can get him on the broadcast stream as well. Starfuckers coming to Hotel Congress trying to
Really?
get. Yeah, you know who they are?
Yeah,
they're fantastic.
I used to listen to them like back in the day.
Right. Yeah, no.
I felt so bad because I was like,
Yeah, I
this
know.
was in my Christian days. So
Ooh, yeah. Well, they're performing Hotel Congress, so I'm looking to talk with them. And it's great too because I reached out to Rialto directly, and shout out to the Rialto. You know, they've been hooking me up with contacts to get involved and be able to interview people like the Reverend Horton Heat.
Yeah.
Kristen set that up, and I want to know if they're coming to town. I want to talk to them. You know, if they have talent, and it doesn't matter what their genre is, even though we don't play the Rev in regular rotation on this station, it's still worth talking to. So with Starfucker, same thing. What the cool thing is though, I forget that I've done this for so long and I've established relationships, and they didn't know. They don't know at all. They don't forget this. So Razor always hogs the context and all this shit. So I gave them 18 months to give me the, you know, any resources and set me up with interviews. And for 18 months, I didn't get any. You know, so I was like, that's enough. I'm just going to take it into my own hands. And you guys can't say no who I talked to because you didn't give me an option to be selective. Right. So
Well, I'm glad you're finally doing that.
yeah, I know. And well, I was giving them an opportunity to do their job. They weren't doing it. So I'm like, fine, I'm going to do it myself. So with Starfucker, long story short, Kristen does a CC with their publicist, Rob. And he's like, Rob, I'd like you to meet Beef and I want to set up an interview. And then Rob responds back, hey, Beef, long time no see. And this is Rob I know that I worked with for years. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude, welcome back. Let's do this. So like I got friendships and connections that I'm rekindling that will help us going into the new year.
get that fire started.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting that fire started. All right, that's all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank everybody for joining the podcast broadcast. You could always watch on demand, youtube.com/beefvegan. Big thanks to our very special guest, the Reverend Horton Heat, who's performing Saturday at 191 Toole. It's great to see you again, Kat. The Curious Cat Rumbly. You can follow her on Instagram at The Curious Cat. And Power's excellent job as well, giving us a rundown on what's happening this week. For the rest of you guys, I hope you enjoy this 3-day weekend. We're going to be back live on Tuesday as we're going to take Martin Luther King Jr. off Martin Luther King Jr. Day off, just like everybody else. Before I leave, let me give you a beef tip. It's Friday the 13th, so here's some lucky and unlucky stats about tonight's Mega Millions, okay? Friday the 3rd, so the most commonly drawn numbers are 14 and 17 and 10. The least common are 49, 51, and 50. And the most overdue number is 5. Take those stats and become a millionaire. And don't forget to tip out your friendly neighborhood DJ.
And Instacarter.
Yeah.
Oh, and Instacarter, yes.
And
And here's one last beef tip. If you pick the number 6 and 9, it'll be 69.
Loser.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and rock local. Later. 69. No? All right.
This is so stupid. I knew it was going to be 69.
Perfect. All right, that's all the time. Thanks, guys. Love you so much. Have a good weekend.
I will knock out all your teeth.